Hello and good morning. The sun is shining. It is beginning to raise. Yes, it is very early in the morning, and I was so compelled to do my next how-to video with you here today. Today's how-to video is how to connect to your angels. And most people don't really know how to do this, and they think that it is outside of them to be able to connect with these frequencies, which have been with them possibly since birth, and let's just say way before that. And I want to give you the practical tools in order to connect with your own. So what better day than today? What I want you to do and understand is that angels are frequencies, they're energy, and they can appear to you in different forms that you are able to receive them. So taking it back a little bit further, when I first began doing tarot card readings when I was a teenager, some of you know the story about the theme park that I worked at. I was basically just connecting with anything because I wasn't taught the proper ways of activating and connecting with certain energies. I didn't know that we could tune ourselves into higher vibrational frequencies that would allow us to connect with the highest beings of love and light, our angels. So what I did was I shut it off for a very long time. When I began to reawaken and understand that we can connect with higher frequencies or angelics, I was actually with a group of people, and I was with Shaman Durek, who many people know now, and my friends who are the artists of Lundub Studio. I was with Matthew and about a bunch of other artists and creative people. We were in a very small setting. And we were working with a Ouija board that was sitting there, and these three angels came and guarded the board. And it was in that moment that I fully realized that there can be angels that we can connect with. They are not necessarily beings that are outside of us. They are frequencies that resonate with us. And so from that point on, I realized that we can fully connect and communicate with them. So what I realized is that they showed up to guard the board for us so that they protected the board. They kept everything that was going to connect and communicate with us at the highest frequency. What I want to do is I want to be able to impart that knowledge onto you. I want you to know that you are able to connect with higher frequencies because a lot of people have fear around the connections that they're making. But I'm telling you, everything in the universe is vibrational frequency. The table that you eat your food upon, the couch that I'm sitting on, it's all vibrational frequency vibrating at a specific speed. That way we can use it for our reality. So when it comes to connecting with angels, you can set your tuner to that dial. Again, many people have heard this likeness to a radio, but it really is like that. You can tune yourself onto the frequency or the wavelength of what you want to connect with, what music you want to hear, right? And you can get all kinds of things. You can get static. You can get really heavy music. You can get really light music. Music with words, you can get music without words, it's up to you. Connecting with angels is you connecting with the highest aspects of you. It's connecting with those frequencies that are always around you. You just simply have to tune into them. They exist in another dimension. We're in this third dimension of reality, having our physical experience, right? But that doesn't mean that there aren't non-physical energies that are existing in other dimensions around you. The energy of cosmic intelligence is always there, of God, the universe, whatever it is that you believe in and call it that highest light. It is always around you, and it's about you tuning in to being able to receive that information. Why would we want to do that? Well, many people feel like they're alone, right? And especially right now, that's why this message wanted to come forward, is that many people feel like they're alone. And I'll tell you, you ain't never alone. And those people who are connected with their spiritual selves and who are connected with their angels and guides know it very well. We are never alone. Right now, all your guides are listening to you watch this. And they're all listening to me tell you this. And they're all sitting there like, yeah, tell them. Because that's what they're all here for. They want your success. They want your joy. They want you to feel love. They want you to feel happy. They want you to see that everything that's happening in your reality, no matter how polarized it can be, is all of service for you to learn about you. And it's up to you whether or not you're going to allow yourself to see it. But if you stay in that uncomfortable vibrational space, you won't actually see that all of these experiences and everything that's taking place in the reality is actually teaching you something about you. And then you get to choose how you want to take action. So by connecting with these frequencies, you figure out you're not alone. You realize that you have unconditional love around you at all times. And I mean unconditional. Not the physical love we think is unconditional. It is a whole other level of love that you can at one point in your spiritual journey be able to actually physically feel, because they'll send it into your field. That's another video. So you want to connect with these frequencies so that you can receive the divine guidance for your life. Basically, when you're connecting in these frequencies, you're connecting into the highest aspects of who you are, because those frequencies are resonating with yours. So when you tune yourself up into that, you can receive that information. It is a beautiful, powerful experience, and I want you all to experience it and take it to whatever level that you're ready for. When I first began to consciously connect with the angels, they've always been there. But when I began to actually say, I'm going to make contact, the thing that I said was, angels, I am ready to connect with you in the ways that you think I am ready. Okay, so if this is your first time and you've never done this, this is a very lovely way to start this process. Angels, I am ready to connect with you in the ways that you think I am ready. Because listen, they don't want to freak you out. They don't want to be like, hello, boo. And then you be like, oh shit. You know, they're not about that. So they want you to feel comfortable. They want you to ask for their help. They cannot help you or give you assistance until you say, hey angels, I would love your assistance. I would love a sign. I would love information regarding the situation and how to best handle it. They will never do it for you, but they will show you the path. How does that information arrive? Well, it can come in thought form. It can come in a feeling in your heart, because this is a big indicator of messages coming through. So it can be messages to your heart. You can start to feel energy come through your hands. You can feel energy come through your crown chakra, which is very often how I feel the energy. Sometimes it's in the right side of my brain, just the right hemisphere. Sometimes it's in the left. Sometimes there's specific points within my head that I'm receiving information. And I tune in and try to just sift through it to figure it out. And that's going to be up to you. But they're going to communicate with you in all kinds of ways. They're going to communicate with you in the ways that you're seeing now, on the most accessible ways, which is the easiest way, which is the clock. Why do you think you keep seeing numbers that are in repetitive succession? You're seeing the same ones that carry a certain vibration, because they're communicating with you in the easiest way that they can to give you the information that you seek, to let you know that you are on the right path, to let you know when maybe you should tune into the higher aspect of yourself. That's the first step to me, is saying that you're ready. Because then when you say, I am ready to receive the information that you want to give, that's when you've all of a sudden done that tuning job that I said. You're going to tune yourself up into a space that's able to now receive that information. You're going to see the clock more. You're going to see the things in nature take place that you're like, whoa, that's crazy how that just coincidentally happened. Well, nothing's coincidental. You just tune yourself into the frequency to finally receive it. It is a fun process. Enjoy the process. Now, one really exciting way is to take a book. This is actually the book that I used when I was connecting with them. And it is so special to me because of that. So what you do is you take the book and you go, angels, what do you want me to know? And you go like this, and then you put your finger down on one word, and then you read the word. Potent. Oh, I like that. Potent. And then you do it again. So then you go like this, and you go like this. Learned. Okay. Sounds like some potent information that you're learning today, if I must say so myself, that the angels want. Yes. So those are my three words: potent, learned angels. So it seems like this is some powerful information that you're learning that the angels want you to know. So you see, and some of you that might not fully believe that, well, you can try it out in different ways. I would definitely start with oracle cards. When you get oracle cards, for example, these dragon ones that I have here, like this, you are able to connect with spirit more accessibly. They can be able to get the information through to you in the ways that best suit you. Now, what's great about oracle cards is that they will communicate with you sometimes with the literal thing that's on the picture. Now, these are all dragon cards with specific like interdimensional messages and things, so it's a bit different. But when you get an oracle deck that calls to you and you pull a card and you ask, angels and guides, what do you want me to know today? What is it that can best serve me today? What is it that you want me to know? And then you pull the card. Well, you tuned into the frequency of what they want you to know. So when you pull that card, your vibrational match will match this. It will be whatever it needs. So it says, come into balance, practice peace, harmony, and cooperation. And I see the full moon, so I think of amplification of energy. So you can use different oracle cards to communicate with them. That's a very good way, but you don't need the tools. You do not need these tools that I just showed you. You are the receiver of the information. But sometimes as you're beginning to work with the angels that surround you, it can be a little confusing because you're like, well, what's the information that I'm making up? What's the information that's being given to me? What is it like? How do I discern that information? And that's a beautiful part of the process. Discerning the information, learning how you receive information from your angels and your guides. And you're able to do that. It just takes some time. And what I did was I wrote everything down. So for example, I received a very interesting dream last night. And I was like, well, I can tell that dream means something because there was a lion. And I was like, okay, so I wrote down the dream and I'm gonna let it kind of ground with that writing, and then I'm gonna allow it to kind of unfold and tell me what it wants to tell me when it's ready. But we have to be able to see how we're receiving information because that also changes. As my ascension has expanded, my psychic abilities have expanded, and that changes. So then the dream world changes, the way I receive information changes. Over the past few weeks, I've become more clairaudient. I've been laying there in bed and all of a sudden I hear things. I can hear it, like right here. And normally I would hear it in my head, but I hear it here. So my clairaudient abilities have now expanded. And it will always evolve and change, which is why you can't be stuck to one way that you receive information. All right? There's a lot of tools in there for you to be able to do that. But the very first thing that, again, I'm going to go back to is I would say, angels, please connect with me in the ways that you think that I am ready. And then be open. It is the easiest way that you can begin that conversation. I said to them, I am ready to strengthen and deepen my relationship with you. And then it immediately started happening. I began to see rainbow orbs out of nowhere. And I was like, and at first, because it was new, I was like, huh, because you're like, okay, Spirit's communicating with me. But it's not a ghost that's communicating with me. It's not a ghost, an apparition that's floating through. It's Spirit reaching through down into this lower dimension as I was reaching up to receive them. They will show you in the most accessible and beautiful ways. And once you break over that threshold, it is an incredible, beautiful ride. Just make sure that you acknowledge it. Send it back up. Say, I see that rainbow orb. I see that 11:11 on the clock. Thank you. Thank you for communicating with me. How can they appear? Well, they're going to appear how you would see them. For me, I know that angels are not necessarily people with wings, but they can appear to you as that if that's what you believe. Everything is about your consciousness. So when I see angels, oftentimes they're these light fragments. They are like, not a blob of light, but like a fragment of light going like this, and it's like, and they'll fly out from a distance and they'll appear. And as they come closer, as they get to my field, they begin to merge with my field. So they fly in as these fragment sparks of light, and then they go like that. And they merge with my field. It's beautiful, it's incredible. Now that said, that is not how I necessarily see them all the time. I've seen archangels, which are different than angels. Archangels are like the facets, on the face of God, on the face of the universe, on the face of the cosmic intelligence, the messenger. And when I've seen them, they appear a bit differently. Their energy is very powerful, but it's love. It's powerful love, and it is undeniable. Sometimes the Archangel Michael brings a lot of heat. So when I channel Archangel Michael, he'll bring a lot of heat in. When I do other, like Archangel Raziel has been connecting a lot, and that is much of a rainbow, like aura, just rainbow, literally like a rainbow with the layers, but in an aura energy form. So they know that I don't need to see them with wings to know that they are angels or archangels. But that said, I have seen wings. I have seen them appear with beautiful swooping light that goes up from the back of their body, swooping light behind them like that. So it's going to be all forms. Do not attach to one way that you are being communicated with, because it's appearing in so many different ways. Okay? And they're going to show you in all these different ways. Do not attach to the outcome of what that's supposed to look like. But what I do say is journal and record your experiences. As you do that, you will open up more doors to allowing more love into your life. And that is the ultimate purpose of connecting with them. Allowing more love into your life. Allowing more self-love into your life. Because with that self-love, you are bringing all others the same vibration. I hope that was helpful and useful for you all to connect with your own angels and to understand a little bit about it. I kind of just took it in the moment. Please reach out and tell me how you connect with them. Please reach out with any questions. And if you're watching this on YouTube, please like and subscribe, and look out for more episodes on how to do spirituality and mysticism for all those little modern mystics who are awakening at this time. Thank you so much, and I'll talk to you soon. This is Derek Jameson.